You're not stuck. You're not lost. You're definitely not confused. You just don't do what you said you were going to do. Deep down, you know that. That quiet frustration you feel, that weight sitting on your chest at night when everything slows down, that's not life being unfair to you. That's you knowing you're capable of more and still choosing less. You keep telling yourself you're figuring things out, but what you're really doing is delaying the work. Welcome back. This week, we're starting a series called The Truth You Keep Avoiding. Not surface level motivation. It's not feel-good advice. We're going straight into the things you already know, but keep pushing to the side. And today, we're starting with the foundation. You don't have a motivation problem. You have a discipline problem. And the reason that's hard to accept is because discipline doesn't come with excuses. Motivation lets you off the hook. Motivation says, I'll do it when I feel ready. Motivation says, I just need the right moment. But discipline says, do it anyway. And that's where most people fall apart, because feelings are running your life. You wake up tired, so you don't move. You feel overwhelmed, so you procrastinate. You don't feel confident, so you stay quiet. Everything becomes conditional. I'll do it when I feel like it. And that one sentence right there is the silent killer of potential. Imagine a man standing in front of a locked door. He's been there for years, staring at it, studying it, talking about it. He tells people, one day I'm going to open this door. He reads books about doors, watches videos about doors, even gives advice to other people about doors, but he never reaches for the handle. Not because he can't, but because he doesn't feel ready. That's you. The door isn't locked. Your hand just isn't moving. You already know what you need to do. And that's the truth most people try to escape. You don't need another plan. You don't need more information. You don't need a breakthrough. You need execution. Because if we're being honest, you've had the same ideas for months, the same goals, the same intentions, but your life hasn't changed. Why? Because knowledge without action is just entertainment. You're consuming your way into comfort, not change. Think about a man trying to build strength, but every time the weight gets heavy, he puts it down. Every time it burns, he stops. Every time it gets uncomfortable, he walks away. Then he looks at himself and says, why am I not getting stronger? That's what you're doing with your life. You avoid resistance, then question your growth. But growth only happens in resistance. There is no strength without strain. There is no progress without pressure. And discipline is what keeps you under that weight long enough to change. Here's where it gets deeper. Comfort has replaced responsibility. It doesn't look dangerous at first. Comfort feels like rest. Comfort feels like peace. Comfort feels like I deserve a break. But comfort, over time, becomes a cage. A soft one, a quiet one. One where nothing hurts, but nothing grows either. Imagine being tied to a rope. At first, it's tight and it restricts you. You fight against it. But over time, the rope loosens, and eventually it falls off completely. But by then, you've already stopped trying to move. You're free, but you still act stuck. That's what comfort does. It trains you to stay in place, even when nothing is holding you anymore. And now you're sitting there wondering, why am I not further in life? Why does everything feel the same? Why am I not becoming who I said I would be? It's not because you're stuck. It's because you're undisciplined. Discipline is doing the work when nobody is watching. Discipline is following through when it's inconvenient. Discipline is showing up when your feelings tell you to sit down. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's the difference between who you are and who you keep talking about becoming. So as we close episode 1, the question isn't, what should I do? You already know. The real question is, are you finally going to do it? Even when you don't feel like it? I'm not giving you 10 steps, I'm giving you one. Pick one thing you've been avoiding. 1, not 5, not 10. One thing you know you should be doing. Do it every single day. No negotiation, no emotional debate, no waiting for the right mindset. You don't need a new version of yourself to start. You need to start to become a new version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're not stuck. You're just standing still. If this hits you, don't just sit with it. Do something with it. Comment what that one thing is you've been avoiding. Be real about it. Like the video, if this spoke to you. Share it with somebody who needs to hear the truth. And most of all, subscribe. We're on a mission to reach 100 subscribers, and this is just the beginning of something bigger. This is the Ordinary Guy 2.0 responsibility before ego. See you next time.